Thank you for having me back in this channel. Today we shall be looking at what I refer to an engulfing pattern. This is going to be what we are going to be looking at, because possibly most of the time when we are discussing about our trading system, we keep talking about candle that engulf in 1 hour, in daily charts, and in 4 hours, in even up to weekly chart and monthly chart. We are looking at those candles that engulf. Now, basically, we have to consider the candle. We have to go into details about those candles that engulf. Now, if you look at this candle that is here, that is on this chart, you will agree with me that we are having a bullish engulfing pattern from here, and we are having a bearish candle which is red around this place. And this is to tell you that this candle open here and it closes up, and this open here and it closes down, it closes here. So basically, if you look at what is happening here now, let's define the characteristics of this candle that we are having on this chart that we are having currently now. Now we have a bullish candle close above the previous candle open. Now this is the previous. If you are talking about the previous, this is the previous. This is the candle that we had previously, which is the lower low. Now, then we need to consider the action of this candle. Now, this candle is shorter than this candle. This candle here is above this candle. That is exactly what trading is all about. Now, this is the standard rules of trading. We want to look at a candle that has gone above the previous one. Now, in relative terms, this is what we are saying, that this candle is more powerful than this candle. This candle has overshadowed this candle. This candle has more strength than this candle. Now, I am coming up with the characteristics of this candle. Now, this candle is taller than this candle. These are the features of this candle. Now, these are what I want you to understand. While you are trading, you must look at the candle that are more pronounced than the previous candle, and continue to think in you, why is this candle greater than this candle? Why is this candle is more powerful than this candle? What made this candle more pronounced than this candle, despite the fact that this candle has been existing before this candle? Those are the questions that we expect trader to look at. Now, this candle closes here, and this candle open here. And while we are looking at this candle, we are seeing a gap down. Now, technically, as a trader, I need to digress a little bit and talk about gap. Now, when you see a gap down towards a particular direction, it is telling you there is going to be a rebalance up. Are you getting my point? It is telling you there is going to be a rebalance. Now, for example, so we are going to open a lecture on gaps. I'm going to make a videos on gap for you to understand how gaps works. Now, if you look at this place, this candle is more powerful than this candle. Those are what we need to consider as a trader. Now, let's move away from here Now let's look at this place. We are talking about the length of the bullish candle engulf the previous red candle. Look at what we are saying. That this candle is more powerful than this candle. Now, as a standard, when you are trading, what you need to look at is the previous candle. Now, and the characteristics of the current candle, which is this candle. This is the previous, this is the current. And this candle now showing a lot of bullishness. This candle rather is showing a lot of bullishness, which is this green candle, the bullish candle. And this candle is showing weakness. Now, let's take for instance, in an empirical basis, in a normal life experience, this candle will have more strength than this candle. Now, when this happens, this is where trader need to be very careful. Now, this is where we need to be very careful as a trader. This is what you will be looking at in a bigger time frame to make your decision. Now, let's move down to our risk charts. Here is our risk charts. These are risk charts. Let's go into gold. This is gold. Now, this is the chart. This is what happened today. This candle that is here is more powerful than this candle. This candle has eventually engulfed this candle. This candle is proceeding ahead to the uptrend. Now, I have to draw a vertical line for you to understand this. This is the standard setting of the trade. Now, this candle has overshadowed this candle. This candle has got weakened. This candle has engulfed this candle. This candle opened at this place, and this candle closes at this place, and this candle has previously got to this place. Now, I want to plot a possible entry, a possible way of getting further information. This is the open of this candle. Now, like I have told you in my previous class or my previous video, that this area or this area that I'm going to draw a box is an area that we should be expecting a reversal. Why? Because there are Fibonacci at this point. There are trend line at this point, and there are what? There are support at this point. Refer to my previous video on Fibonacci for you to be able to understand what I mean. Now, if you look at this place from here, this candle here, we have a lot of difficulty proceeding down to the downtrend because we have an order, the trend line, support theory, and Fibonacci around this point. Now, as a trader, you must look for what? You must look for an engulfing pattern at this point. And once this has been fully established in 1 hour or in 4 hours, as we have here, because this candle from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, make 1 hour, make 4 hours candle. Now, if I go back to this place, I want to draw a line from here for you to understand what I'm saying. Now, this candle from here, you understand that from here to here is activities of 4 hours. Now, when we go back to 4 hours, this is what we see. Did you see this? This very candle, this very line is telling me what has happened in 4 hours. And this place is signifying 4 hours candle. So this candle engulf all this candle from here in 4 hours. So like what I've told you in my previous class, that engulfing pattern is very, very significant to your entry in 1 minute. I'm a 1 minute entry trader. I don't shy away from that, because this is what I've been using and it has been proving very excellent. Now let's go back to our template. This candle is more powerful. Now let's look back at a previous pattern. Now this is the candle we are talking about here. Now this candle has engulfed this candle has engulfed this candle here. And why this candle has engulfed, what do we mean? We see a run-off to an uptrend. Now, before making any decision in trading, what you need to be looking for is your support or your resistance at the uptrend. Once this happens, you need to look for what? You need to look for an engulfing pattern. This is what we are having here. This is an engulfing pattern. You see this? This is an engulfing pattern. This is what we are having here. This candle has engulfed this candle, has engulfed this candle, and we have a run-up to this place. Now, this is a standard way of trading. We should not deceive ourselves as a trader. If I'm getting an entry in 15 minutes, in 5 minutes, in 1 minute, I must consider these facts, that there is an engulfing pattern in the previous higher candle, like 1 hour. Now let's go back again to our main chart. This candle here engulfed in 4 hours. Now, as a trader, because I am on gold chart, what I'll be looking for is a reversal on this, is a possible reversal on this trend line to make a decision. Now, once this happens, for me to get that, I will move down to a lower time frame. Now, if you look at this, this has got to 15-minute chart, has got to my 240 moving average. Refer to my video on 240 moving average, how it affects the price. Now from here now, I'll be doing what? I'll be waiting for what? I'll be waiting for possible reversal to a downtrend, possibly to this resistance 1 from here. Once this has happened, from here, once I have a reversal from here, what do I need to do? I need to do what? I need to look for my entry at this area, or possibly at this area, because I'm not saying this is not going to reverse. Now, if it eventually go down, what do? I eventually follow it down to this place. Now, let's go back again to this place. This is what we are looking at now. This is an engulfing pattern. Now, let's check another one. This is another pattern that we have to look at. Bullish engulfing pattern and bearish engulfing pattern. Now, if we consider these two candles, there's a contention between this and this. Now, but eventually, this candle engulf this candle. Now, once this candle is happening, you must look for, by the time you see an engulfing pattern, don't consider an engulfing pattern alone to take a trade. Why? For you to take a trade, you must look for support and resistance. If the trend is going up, look why this pattern has actually engulfed this pattern. Now begin to look for Fibonacci down here. Begin to look for resistance around this place. Begin to look for what? Begin to look for various signals that will indicate what? That will indicate that there are actions of Fibonacci support that made this candle to engulf. That is a negotiation area. Now, the same thing that happened here, begin to look for resistance. Now, once this resistance has happened, begin to know that there are actions of Fibonacci, resistance 1 or resistance 2 or resistance 3 that allow this place to engulf. Now, once this has happened, you go back to a lower time frame. You continue to use your stochastic to assess the market, to assess the move of the trend. Now let's go back to our trend again. Now let's look at this place. When we got an engulfing pattern in 1 hour, which is probably from here. Now I have to take this up for better analysis. Let me take it up. Let me take it up. You have to take it away. Now, this is the candle that engulf, and here is where we have the engulfing pattern. Now, if you move down to 15 minutes, look at the line that I've drawn from here. Is it crossing? No. This line, this is where we have the engulfing pattern, but this place is a critical area to look at. Now, let's go back to our 5 minutes. These are 5 minutes, and let's see where we have an engulfing pattern. This is where we have an engulfing pattern that happened in 1 hour, and this is where we have our trend line crossing. And once this trend line once the price cross the trend line, what do we have from here? We continue to have series of higher low and rebound from here, which is physically mean it has been tested. And look at what is happened. We continue to have an uptrend, but I will guarantee this uptrend. Why? Because my 15 minute has approached what? Has approached the 240 moving average. Because the 240 moving average is a very powerful indicator, like I have explained to you. It's powerful that most of the time they repay the price. Now, if you go back to what my analysis in previous time, 240 moving average is a great way of gauging an areas of reversal. Now let's go back to 5 minutes. Let's see. This is where we have an entry in 5 minutes. This area is where we have an entry in 5 minutes. Now let's go back to 1 minute. This 1 minute is our entry, because we are interested in freaking out the noise. We want our filter to challenge the noise. We are not interested in what will probably happen to 5 minutes, but we are interested in what 1 minute is doing to allow us a safe entry. Now let me compress the chart. This chart has been compressed from here and from here. So let's see where we drew our line in 15 minutes. Now, if 1 minute, I'm taking this off for you to be able to see the chart clearly. In 1 minute, this is where we have our entry. After this projected out, and this does what? This come back to this place. To test this place, it failed. Now, after this move up, we enter from here. Now, let's see our entry and relate this entry to 1 minute chart. I mean, to 1 hour chart, rather. So that I can get a better clarity. I want to see this going down from here. So let's relate this to 1 hour chart. This is how it goes. Now, look at it from here. It crosses, it goes up, it tests it, it fails, it couldn't move up. It couldn't move up, it couldn't move up. Look at the move. Look at how the prices continue to move. It continue to move. Because it come back to the testing from here, and yet it's still going up. The prices is still going up, it's still going up until you get to what? Until you get to pivot area. Now, I'm still on engulfing pattern. I'm just telling you, after we got an engulfing pattern, these are the likely scenarios that we need to have. Now let's go back to our chart from here. Now these are the scenarios. Look at it from here. Once you add this, confirm this as a break, then you come back. Let's see another one. Now after this has broken, look at the move. After it has broken, we paste our stop loss around this place. Then we do what? We enter from here. Now if this is a 1 hour candle, don't bother yourself. Now what you need to do now is to move to 1 minute, 15 minutes, and see the action that is happening after you have gotten this. Now if you come to 5 minutes, you see your stochastic that okay, after this has happened, after we have an engulfing pattern, let's see where we got an engulfing pattern here. Let me magnify the chart. This is where we have an engulfing pattern. I think I need to make it more pronounced. Let me make it more pronounced. This is where we have an engulfing pattern. After this happens, before we can take a trade in 1 minute, this is our entry. This very candle is our entry. We enter from here, we paste our stop here, but this is too far. This stop is too far, and we don't want that because we are pasting your stop at noise. These are noise. You are not interested in this place. Then you come back to your 30 minutes. Now your 30 minutes is telling you that we have an entry around this place too, and you have to place your stop loss here. I don't want to put my stop loss here because if there are whipsaw that goes down, I'm going to lose significant of pips. I'm going to be at loss. I am not placing it around this place. I'm not placing my stop around here. Now let me move down to 15 minutes. Here's 15 minutes. This is my entry, and this is where I place my stop. Now this is 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, I'm still moving to see where there is a break. This is where there is a break. Here is a break. Look at it from here. And if I'm taking this trade, I'm placing my stop around here, possibly around this place. Let me draw a line for you to be able to see it. I'm placing my stop around here in 5 minutes. So that is not my entry. Now if I go back to 1 minute, you will appreciate me better that I'm going to have a very minute stop, and I can use trailing stop or manually to enter my trade. Now this is where I have a break up from here. Let me see. I think it's still okay. Let me compress the chart so that we can see it. Now good. Let me place my stop here. Let me see. I want to draw a line here to signify something from here. Now I'm still going because this is where I have a break in 1 hour. Now this break is here in 1 hour. This is where we have our break. And if we want to enter this trend, we are going to enter this trend from where we have this place, where this crossing has happened. After a retest, we do what we enter. Now, by the time we enter from here, we place our stop around this place, possibly around here or around here. Around this place, place our stop here. We could place it here, but let's see how it goes. We place our stop here. This is where we put our stop, and this is where we can also put our stop around this place. And while the prices continue to move up, we do what? Let's say we place it here. We put it we put the prices at our entry point. It continue to move up. Look at it from here. It's moving up. Or probably we place it here. This is our entry. Let's say we enter from here. From here, we shift our stop loss around this place, then you continue to move up. If you look at this trend now, I want you to listen very well. Look at this trend. That's why I'm compressing it. Look at this place now. By the time we got here, it started moving up. Look at the trend. Look at the moving average. The moving average is doing what? It's moving. Now, this is where we have the prices coming out. Does this price that come out, has it got to this place? No. It has never. Look at it from here. This has never got to this place from our entry. That's what I want to bring out. So when you place your loss around this place, after a cross from here, you place your loss around this place, around this very area, you are at a very safer end. You must be assured that prices will not get there. Look at when it continues to go up, look at it start moving again. The trend starts moving until the market close from here. Now, if you are a conservative trader, this is how you enter your trend to avoid a lot of losses, a lot of work, a lot of noise. Now, this area, like I've told you in my previous lecture, that this area are noise. This area and even here are noise that you need to take into account. Now, we have here as a very good way of trading. This is what will make us a lot of money. Now, if you go back to my trade this week, let me show you what I've done this week. This is my trade. Do you see everything being green up? This is my trade. And I'm taking this directly. I'm coming. I just want you to know that I am not manipulating this chart. I am taking this directly from my chart. I am not printing anything out. I am taking it from the account history on the chart. Can you see this? Look at it from here. Everything has been green up. Everything that I have here is green up. Everything has been on the positive move. Look at it from here. Everything, even those ones that did not take profit, I capture my word. I capture everything as positive. You see this? You see this? Except when I was trading bitcoins. Because bitcoins over the weekend, I discovered it's too sluggish. I had to take my profit or loss. I take it out. But look at everything from here. Look at it 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 from here. You see this? This is my trading system from where? From my platform. I did not print any bank statement. I did not go to account history. I just come up here. I drag it up. Look at this from here. This is what I did. I drag this one. Let me drag it down for you to know. And I drag it up again. Do you see this? I drag it up again. This is exactly what you should be looking for when you are trading your market. Now, this is what I've done this week with our index forex trading system. I never have a single loss. Even when I have, it couldn't take my target because the target is too much. When I come back, I take my profit myself. These are what I have. This is the current trade I have currently. Now I stood at 1,748,933. Now $931.67. That's what I make. And this week, so far, I've been able to make additional $659,000 318.59 cents. I am not printing anything. I'm not generating any printout from my system. I just scroll it down for you to see what I've done. Now, if I minimize again, I go back to the charts. So it's as simple as ABC when you consider different way of trading. When you look at your pattern from different angles. Now, the first thing that I want you to take note when you are trading is an engulfing pattern. Once you understand this engulfing pattern, you understand how the market runs. Look at this engulfing, this horizontal line that you have here is happened on what? On support. And this is happened on resistance. Now, once you get to that place, that's why I have my 240 moving average, I have my Fibonacci, I have my pivot point, and I have my trend line to indicate area that the market will have a lot of issues. And once those areas could not hold, now once we have bullish move or an engulfing pattern, then you continue to look back in your shorter time frame to make a trade. This is what trading is all about. Now, if you could listen or possibly you subscribe to this channel, you will understand what it takes to use this system. I've been trading forex for over 20 years, and I've made a demo account, I've lost it, I've made a live account, lost several times. I've made a lot of practical analysis that never works until I arrive at this system. Before I now conclude that this system is the best. Now, how do I come up with 1 minute trade as an entry? Now, I think in 2007, I purchased a software, of 2007, 2008. I purchased an expert advisor, which is a robot that is made by autopilot. Now, what I realize is that most of the time, now the autopilot tell us to open 1 minute chart, you understand, so that we can have multiple trade a day. By the time we put this autopilot on 1 minute chart, it gives us a lot of money, and we make a lot of money from that autopilot. But suddenly, broker came up. I don't know how they do it. They disorganize our autopilot. Our robot never make money again, start working in an opposite direction. That is how we lost all of our account. But a trader in me sat down, look at what actually happened. Why do we have this system being truncated by what? By our broker? Why is broker so much particular about this expert advisor that has made $1,000 to $10,000 in 5 days? Then I begin to look at the theory. Then I focus my attention on 1 minute charts. Now, when I place the expert advisor on 1 hour, it takes a whole day to take a single trade. You understand? This takes a whole day to take a single trade. Then I go, okay, what happened? Then we move back to 1 minute, we put the chart to 1 minute, within 5 minutes, 10 seconds, it start taking trade. And those trades are profitable until we have broker challenging our psyches and destroy the software. So we know that eventually this software could not be used with this broker again. Then we have to discard it. But then I have to make further research. And this is what I come up with. That 1 minute chart is the best entry point. 1 minute chart gives us the best entry points. Kudos to those people who made the autopilot in 2007 or 2008. I really appreciate them for their effort. We've made a lot of money with the system. And today, I was able to fashion out a system that is long-time base that assists me from making money from this system. Now, if you want further information about this program, about this system, why can't you subscribe to this channel? Click the notification button so that when I release more video, you'll be among those people that will be notified first. YouTube will notify you. Let's be a community of traders together, so that when we do what? When we have the opportunity, we shall laugh together. Now, let's continue to see what happened to this chart A. So, let's go back to A. Let's see what happened here. This is our crude oil. This is WTI. Most of the time, I trade commodity. I trade future. I trade stock. I rarely trade currency. I rarely trade currency because I just think currency will not fetch me the kind of money I need. If you look at my trade from here, everything is what? Everything is commodity. This is gold, this is crude oil. So I just take few of euro, just take them. I don't care about them because I have trained myself to trade commodity a lot. So everything all my trade that I took this week is commodity. So I'm still going to come up between currency, between commodity, spot, and between future. I'm going to come up with a lecture on that. This is what we need to know. We need to understand how this runs. So these are how we take our trade from this place. Now let's look at this place now. Look at this one. This is the candle that breaks. I have to magnify this candle. So this is the candle that engulfs. Look at it. It's just a simple thing. Why this candle is engulfing? Why this candle is engulfing from here? We have what? We have what we call our trend line, our support one at an engulfing pattern. It will never engulf ordinarily. Maybe the candle will engulf around this place. This will not happen. It will not engulf in the middle. But by the time you begin to see when the prices are going up, you see the moving average. Look at it from here. Look at this 240 moving average. The prices engulf the black candle engulf this white candle. Then we continue to do what? We pace our trade and continue to run it down. We run it down to this place. Until we get to this place, we begin to see where the candle begin to form a diminutive candles. Look at the price actions. That is what you need to be successful in this business. And you have to have confidence in your trend, in your system. These are the what? Look at this place. This is stochastic in relation to this. Now let's do a further analysis on this. This is where we have an engulfing pattern in 4 hours. And when we go back to 1 minute to 1 hour, this is not the same. The engulfing pattern is not the same. The engulfing pattern is at this place. This is where we have our engulfing pattern. That is this very candle here engulf. Then we take our trade from here and we look to do what? We look to exit at 240 moving average. So when prices move, it's going to do what? It's going to give us an exit here. So when we enter from here, we make our exit from 240 moving average. And we have to consider what? We have to consider our stochastic, which is our SSS agreement to enter. Now, for us to enter this trade, we need to filter out all this area. Now, I have to draw an horizontal line to know that this area that I'm talking about here is noise. This area is noise. So let me draw an horizontal line from here. I'm drawing a box that I used to draw. Let me put a box here. So this line here is telling me that there is going to be what? There is going to be a reversal. There is going to be noise around this place. Now I have to take it back from here. Look at it from here. These are noise. Now let's go back to 15 minutes. Let's see what 15 minutes is doing. So we never have a cross in 15 minutes because our stochastics never cross. Now when prices move from here, for you to get out from this place, you must allow your stochastic, your price to approach the 240 moving average. Once it has approached the 240, you couldn't make it, you take up your work, you take up your profit. Now let's go back to 5 minutes. Look at 5 minutes from here. 5 minutes has already crossed the 240 moving average from here, but yet we need to consider areas of noise, and we have to see this that as being true. There are a lot of variation from here. This is too varies. For you to enter from here is too far. You are going to lose a lot of money from here. So let's go back to 1 minute. These are 1 minute. We are still going into 1 minute. That's why we draw our line for us to know where actions have been taking place. Now, these are 1 minute from here. This is where we need to enter the trend. Now let's take all this so that we can see it properly. I'm still taking it up. So look at where we got our entry. Now, if I have to expand it, this is where we got our entry. Look at it from here. Look at it from here. Yeah, most of the time I don't even have time. Well, anytime I just come in here and place my trades. Once I see those directions and I goes away, I just put my stop loss and my target. So I goes away. I don't care. I just do this. This is what I've been doing for a long time. Now this is my entry, and this is where I place my stop. I play my stop around this place. So once this place has crossed, I just take a trade from here. Look at the way it's riding it up. It's riding it up. It's still riding it up. Even it's still riding it up. Look at the way it's riding it up. It's riding it up. It's riding it up. It's riding it up. Look at until the market close. It's still riding it up until the market close. Look at it. So I take my profit and I walk away. Now let's go back to our engulfing pattern. You see this as engulf. Now let's go back to, you see what has happened after the engulfing pattern. This is what happened. Let's look at further. This is, I think I have to go back a little bit. You see the charts? See that? Look at what happened from here. This candle engulf from here, and it's ride it up to this place. So basically, if you want to take any decision, you need to look at your bigger time frame and considering an engulfing pattern. So subscribe to this channel. When we have any video that is coming up, you are going to be the one, you will be the first person that will be notified. What I need you is to subscribe, so that we shall be what? We shall be one of the best people that will make it to the end. So